everyone, I'm Bonita from Pennies to Dollars. And if you notice, the name of my video today is called Socks with Sandals. And it's kind of a family joke, and maybe it's kind of a joke that you've heard in your lifetime. But my mother and my stepfather used to wear sandals with their socks, and the kids would all make fun quietly behind their back, going, "Oh my gosh, you don't wear socks with sandals." And recently, my 29-year-old daughter ran to the store real quick. Her brother said, "Just throw on your sandals. It's fine. Let's just go to the store real quick." And she did that, and she said, "I'm hooked. They're so comfortable. I know why grandma did that now." So it's kind of a joke now because she's wore her socks with her sandals a couple of times, and we giggle about that. But we're talking today about trying to keep warm in the winter time without using all of our resources. I know heat is expensive, electricity is expensive. We have to fill our propane tank 2 or 3 times a year. We put in about $250 worth here last month just to try to get us by just a little bit, but we're not really trying to use our heater. We do have a propane gas cooking stove, so we use it a little bit, but we're trying to be very sparing with that until we just absolutely have to use our resources. So I thought I would talk about some of the ways that I stay warm in a drafty old farmhouse without turning on the heat. Many of you know I'm recently retired, which means I especially do not want to turn on the heat during the day. I save that for late in the evening when my husband is home if it's chilly, or during the night when we're sleeping if it's chilly. So let's get started. One of the first things that I absolutely do is I will put like a warm fuzzy blanket maybe under me in the recliner and also over me. My husband also has one that he will keep over him when it gets cold, for us to try to avoid turning on the heater. And I know a lot of people do this, but last year my son got me an electric blanket throw that is just the perfect size for my chair. Right now, I'm chilly. My husband still says he's fine. There's been nights I'm just really, really cold, but he is not. And if I would turn on the heat, he would be sweating. So for us that get chilly when our partner is still fine, I recommend this heating throw. It is fuzzy. It even has a little snap that you can hook around you. It wraps around you. I have it on right now in the middle of the day because it's cold, just sitting at my desk. And I have it plugged in and I have it turned on. And I find that when my core can stay warm, the rest of me does okay. So when it gets really chilly, I pull out that electric throw. I have used the dickens out of it since I got it for Christmas last year. I'll have a link in the description if it's something that you're interested in, but it has been a real lifesaver for me, especially when it hasn't quite got cold enough for him to turn on the heat. I also will drink hot drinks during the day. I will have hot soup, or I will have something like that to warm the inside of my body. That helps me stay warm. So it's hot coffee in the morning, or a hot can of soup, or leftover soup for lunch, to try to warm myself up from the inside out. I also wash dishes by hand, and that warms me up from the outside in when I'm washing dishes from hand in that hot water. I also like to wear scarves. I have several of those. Some of them are fuzzy. I know a few of you have said you don't like scarves, but I have found some of those that are fuzzy and you can loop them. Oh my gosh, they make such a difference just keeping your neck warm when you go outside. And I even wear them in the house. But turtlenecks may be a little old-fashioned, I don't know, but I love something on my neck. I feel like that, as well as my core, will keep me warm. I also have one hat that I will wear. I'm not much of a hat wearer, but I know that a lot of your heat escapes through your head. I do have a ball cap that is woolen, and I will wear that from time to time to keep me warm. If I'm running errands to shop or anything like that, I will wear that ball cap. Back when we used to go to the kids' football games to watch them play in pep band, I wore that hat, and I bought it in the school colors because I was always freezing at those games, but that hat made all the difference. And that's the only hat I own. We never keep our house warm enough to wear shorts in the winter. I know that a lot of people will wear shorts in the winter and run errands to the store in the winter. We used to see it all the time when we ran our grocery store. And that tells me they are going back into a very warm, toasty house. We don't ever dress down like that in the wintertime. We are fully clothed, usually in layers. A lot of times you will see us in a long sweater or even a robe over our clothes that will keep us warm, but we wear our shoes in the house. I will wear knee socks with boots to keep warm, and I have some special boot socks that are kind of like a very supportive sock that just make your legs feel so good, but they also keep you toasty warm. And we will wear stuff like that in the house to stay warm. And it makes a huge difference on whether or not you need to turn up that heat or if you can withstand it at a lower temperature, because again, your body is warm. I had long hair up until this last year. I have it in a ponytail right now, but if I didn't have a turtleneck on, you could bet my hair would be down. Long hair helps keep you warm, just like the scarf, just like the turtleneck. And I find even like on days like today, if I tie it up, I'm so used to wearing long hair that my ears will get cold. Now, when I was young, mom would make me wear earmuffs. I'm a little old for earmuffs now, but if I get cold enough, this ponytail comes out. Of course, everyone should invest in a warm pair of fuzzy slippers. They are wonderful. Even if my husband doesn't want a blanket on him, those house shoes go right on as soon as he gets home because they are comfortable and they will keep his feet warm. I have trouble with my hands and my feet getting cold. And if one of them gets cold, I'm cold all over and they don't warm up very well. So keeping those feet warm is a great, great way to keep the rest of your body warm if you have poor circulation in any way or have a thyroid problem or any of those things that make those extremities cold. And cooking something on the stove, maybe using a cold day to make that homemade chicken broth or that homemade vegetable broth, or make some baked item or make some beans and cornbread, anything that you're going to cook on the stove for a while will also help heat up the house. We also have a little toaster oven, and our rule with the toaster oven and the oven is if it's already being used and we get done using it, we just pop it open to let that heat escape that we've already paid for. Now, this doesn't work if you have small children. With it just being my husband and I, we just have that rule of if you've heated it up, pop it open when you're done and then shut it off and let that heat come into the kitchen. I hope this has helped you a little bit with some of my old-fashioned tips of how I stay warm in this drafty old farmhouse during the winter and try to keep my heat use to a minimum. Thanks for watching today, and I hope to see you in the next video.